today's episode, I'm fitting some Voodoo13 rear camber arms to the 350Z. I've also got 4 new bolts for the knuckle size, so I've got the eccentric lockout bolts by SPL, so it gets rid of the eccentric washer to give you a bit of adjustment on the factory arm, but they're fully adjustable, so they'll do us in the arm. So I'll show you what I got, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm fitting the Voodoo13 rear camber arm. You can get it in anodized grey or anodized green. I thought I'd go with the green. And I've got SPL lockout bolts. So these go on either side of this side of the mount on the car, and then because I've got new bolts there, I thought I might as well get new bolts for the knuckle side. £12 a bolt, £4 for a nut, 75 quid for just 4 bits. What a rip.
A few moments later.
That was an absolute bull leg, to say the least. So I've took it off, that's replacing that. So right now I'll have to wind it out so it's the same length, so it's at least similar to factory, and then obviously when I go for alignment they'll adjust as required. So that's a brand new Nissan bolt, and then a brand new nut on the other side. That's the new camber arm. Both sides have the eccentric lockout. So you see here, well you probably can't, but you just about make it out here, and on the other side of the washer is where the eccentric washer goes, but this one's square so it locks the bolt into position. Same with the other side. To make life easier for myself fitting it, I put the bolt going through from this side instead of the Nissan way, which was bolt coming towards the camera, which was an awkward way of getting the bolt out because the anti-roll bar was in the way, so had to drop that a bit just to get the bolt out. Don't know why they didn't do it this way, but yeah, that's the SPL eccentric lockout washer and bolt in there. I can't get that to touch the bar to lock that end, but I'll get the alignment place to do it because I've done it down here. So this side isn't going to move, but that end might, but we'll soon find out. And try and get this thing straight, because on the instructions it says it wants it to be right in the middle, straight, so try and get that straight as well. But yeah, I'll do a time lapse on the other side. It's getting late and cold, and that took 2 hours just to do one, so not fun on a 14 or 16-year-old rusty Nissan. But yeah, I'll try and time lapse the other side. Hopefully it's a bit easier because it's been soaking longer.
next day.
Yesterday took roughly about 4 hours to do the 2 camber arms. The eccentric nuts on both of the arms were the killing blow on both of them. Awkward to get to, mega seized, just an awful job, pain in the arse. The reason for doing the camber arms was because my tyres were wearing unevenly on the fronts and the rears were almost bowled. So I bought new tyres and got the car aligned because uneven wear, and they couldn't adjust the rear camber and the toe, so I got the front all adjusted fine, but then the rear they were like, you'll have to try and take the bolts off yourself because we're not liable for sharing a bolt if we try and loosen it and try and do your alignment and we break the bolt. So I was like, I'm going to get coilovers in the future, so might as well do the camber arms prematurely. The tyres I got, when they were bowled, they were Uni Royal Rain Sport 3s I had on here before, and now I've got a Goodyear F1 Eagles asymmetric 5s all round. About the same price, but I thought I'd try a different brand instead of getting the Uni Royal Rain Sport 5s. I'm so glad I got the eccentric bolt lockouts and the new Nissan bolts for the hub knuckles, because those bolts were rusty AF. And yesterday when I fitted the arms was Saturday afternoon, finished at about 5. The drive home last night was awful to say the least. Straight line it was fine, but if it went over a bump it just pulled in one direction or the other, like it was following the road or something. It just wasn't nice to drive. Felt like a wheel was going to fall off or something. It was like that wobbly and uncontrollable per se, so I was literally cruising home. Like I said, took it Kwik Fit this morning and explained that I've got a new fully adjustable camber arm on the back, and I told them how to adjust it if they had no idea, but the guy seemed to be clued up, so he sussed it out, and the toe was worse than the camber, so I did a decent job matching the camber arm lengths from the factory that I've removed to the ones I put on, so I did a decent job of that, but the toe was miles off. I think it was like 2 degrees total toe on the rear, so that probably explains why it was snaking / pulling quite bad over bumps. But other than that, it's all fitted, so next mod I think will be sorting out these rusty wings, but I'll keep that to myself, what I'm doing there. But yeah, I'll insert some shots if I can of the camber arms, but yeah, I'll show you how bad the rust is on the wings, why I want to get them done so bad. On the front, I don't know what I'm going to do with the rear, as they're just as bad, but priority at the minute is these front ones. So I'll walk you around the car. It's in a state, by the way, because it's not been washed for 3 or 4 weeks, and I've done some B-road driving and there's loads of mud on the roads, so it's just not the prettiest, but I'll try and do some beauty shots.